guys, how y'all doing? Okay, so today I'm coming at you with a quick review on this bag that you may have seen posted in my group. It is a Boho tricked out Speedy 40. Okay, so if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, then you know Mama loves some Speedy 40. Okay, the Speedy 40 is the mother of all the mother of all the Speedies. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. So you know you've got the 25, you've got the 30, you got the 35, and you got the 40. And then from there you got the keep alls, and they start whatever. But the number 40, actually I don't know if you know this, but it's 40 centimeters. So 40 centimeters, 35, 30, like that. And then you translate it. So in English, you know, whatever measurements, you got almost 16 inches wide by 10 inches tall. Is that right? Yeah, 10 inches tall by 7.5 inches deep. So she big, okay? She carries a lot. And so like I said, as you can see, this is the tricked out, that's what I call it, kind of the boho look. I wanted to show you the detail on it because the pictures that I have posted just don't do it justice, okay? So this was originally tricked out by, I think it's Vintage Gypsies or something like that. I don't know. One of my clients had this bag, and she bought it, I think, originally from them. And so anyways, you can see it's got the leather. Now these things, it's never been used. So the bag itself, the Speedy bag itself is pre-loved, but it has not been used in its embellished condition. So, and I mentioned that because you're going to see these little ties around here. Well, once you get it, you're going to take those off, and then it's going to be, you know, more like a tassel, like a free-falling tassel. So look, that's how it is on both sides. So again, that's not part of the look. That's just to keep everything, you know, nice and uniform until she finds a home, and then you can take that off and then, you know, whatever. But I wanted you to see the detail on these handles. Okay, so this is the Kodiak leather. It's in the brown, as you can see. This is, okay, so if you've been watching my videos, then you know that I took a stab at tricking out my Petite Noe. Now, I didn't do anything this fancy. I did like, I think it's called a Spanish braid or Mexican braid or something like that. And that was pretty hard. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, ooh, dang. So somebody did some nice work on this, some nice detail. And that Kodiak leather, gosh, it smells good. It smells like a boot store, like a cowboy boot store. I know some of y'all that watch my channel, y'all are from the South. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about when I say a boot store. Someone asked me, in one of my videos I mentioned it, where somebody was like, they didn't know what the heck I meant. I meant a cowboy boot store where it just smells like leather. It smells delicious. So anyway, Kodiak leather, it's got this special braid on it. And I mean, and it's done good. Because like if you look at my Petite Noe, I have some of the wrong side out, you know, because I didn't really know what I was doing. And so half the bag looks nice and half of it looks kind of ratchet. But this one, the person who did this knew what they were doing. And so all of the pretty side is showing, and it's just on every side, you know, from corner to corner. Look at that, it's so pretty. And then it ends down here with this tassel, and then you've got this added embellishment of, now this part, this little cheetah part, that is not leather. That, at least I don't believe that it is. I'm pretty sure that this is imitation leather. Not the Kodiak, but just the little cheetah. Now, and I'm looking the way that it's attached on here. If you saw this bag and you're like, you know what, I like it, but I'm not a fan of that cheetah, well, you're in luck. Because it looks like right here, the way that it's attached, honestly, you could just cut that right off. And then you would just have your Kodiak tassel, and that's all you'd have. So, if you like everything but the cheetah part, the faux imitation, the faux leather part, then you can fix that. You can just, you know, clip it right off, no big deal. Or if you're not a fan of these, you could clip those off. Like, you don't have to have it the way, like if that's what's holding you from getting it, if you've seen it and you're like, well, but this, but that, some things you could kind of alter yourself and it would be fine. But what I like about it, because I'm going to be honest, I'm not really a fan of the cheetah part. Well, actually the cheetah part I could live with. I'm not really a fan of these. I think these look kind of cheesy. But like I said, they come off fat. They come off easy. It's no big deal. But you got, this is what I like. I like how it's just the tassels by itself. So, I mean, I'm looking at this bag and I'm like, you know what, if it were me, I'd probably just clip off the 2 imitation tassels there and then just carry it with the Kodiak, because I think, to me, that looks a lot more sharp. But, you know, whatever. You do you, okay? If you like all that, go on with your bad self. That's fine. And anyway, so, again, Speedy 40, and this, I forgot what the date code what year it is. Let me just take a look real quick. It is 1999. So for a 1999 bag, because we're going to party like it's 1999, y'all. Okay, so look. It's actually, good Lord, how much stuffing you need. So there is a perfect interior, okay? There's no stains, there's no issues, no funky smells, except for leather, because honestly, that's exactly what it smells like. It smells like a leather bag. This one obviously has a D-ring, you know that. It's got the little pocket. The Speedy just has the little pocket. Now, if you like the Speedy, but you're like, oh, it's so big, organizer, well, you're in luck, because with my Speedy 40, I have this one, and it's an organizer from Original Club. Now, you probably heard of those organizers by Samorga, and those are wonderful, and they're just like these, except they're like double the price. So they're the nice, hardy felt. The Samorga ones are, so are these. And these take a little bit longer. It's on an Etsy store, or at least they used to be on an Etsy store, although I think if you find their store on Etsy, you can link to their website, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I think they are shipped from like Turkey, so it takes, you know, a good 2-3 weeks to get it, but it's worth it because this is a great organizer, and I kind of went all out on mine. I opted for the, you know, the pocket out here. As you can see, it's got pockets all the way around it. These on the ends are for water bottles, which are great, and then obviously it has 3 on this side and then 3 on this side, and then because the color is kind of a maroonish brown, it actually, well, the middle part is brown, so, well, except for the bottom, but it blends in nicely with the Speedy 40. So this actually is not for sale. I'm just showing you that you can have this organizer. Let me just stick it in here real quick. You could get you one of these organizers. Like if you like the Speedy 40 but you're concerned that it's too big and it's a big black hole, it is. So unless you want to get an organizer, that's fine. Or if you just want to organize how I have been organizing now, which is just bags in my bag, that's fine too. But you get the little organizer in there and it makes it a little more structured. You know, because especially with this one being so big, you're going to get some sagginess down here, you know, when you load it up if you don't get something. And you can just get like a base thing, I forgot what they're called, but just the base part that keeps this part flat. Or, you know, again, get the organizer. And see, it doesn't go up too high. You can still use your Speedy pocket. It doesn't cover it, because you know some organizers are so high and they cover or they come up with. This one is below it, so you can still use your Speedy pocket, and then you've got all these pockets in the organizer. And so the organizer, in my opinion, the organizer is a must for the Speedy 40. Maybe not so much for the other sizes, but you know, again, you do you. You do whatever you like. I just like the look of it. And so yeah, this is, now, because of all the detail and the thickness of the Kodiak leather, you know, you're only going to be able to carry it arm carry. Well, not that you could carry it over your shoulder to begin with, but it seems like you're losing a little, I mean, I don't know, you're probably losing, okay, an inch might be too much, but let's just say a ½ inch. You're losing about a ½ inch of the drop because of this, you know, how thick these handles are hardy, y'all. I mean, they aren't going anywhere, and they're gonna just wear really nice, because you know, as leather wears, it just takes on its own characteristic, and that's what this Kodiak does. I love Kodiak leather. And so anyway, it's this vintage boho look. This is cute, okay? You know, again, I personally don't necessarily care for the, I mean, I could go either way, you know, like I don't know, I could go either way. But if I'm just thinking, if you saw it and you're like, oh, I don't really care for that, or, you know, maybe if you're just not a fan of faux leather and you want it all to be real leather, then just clip these off. They're just, you know, look, they're right, see? It's just right here. Wait, oops. Right there. You could just put your scissors right in there and clip it right off. And then you would just have this look on both sides. So, anyway, I think the reason that they did that is because, like, it kind of sticks out. When you get to the end, because the Kodiak leather is so thick, you know, when you get to the end here, this kind of sticks out a little bit. So that's kind of why they do that. So it takes away from that. Just adds a little something. But anyway, there's definitely, if you're crafty at all, or even if you're not, you know, if you wanted to add something additional to that, you could, or just leave it like it is. So there you go. This is just a quick little run through. I know it's been posted in my group, but again, the pictures don't really do it justice, and I don't know, I just thought that I would kind of show you. I wanted to show you close up the detail and just kind of explain to you the time that goes into doing this kind of braid. I mean, this isn't no, you know, preschool braid you're doing over here on your friend's hair, okay? This is like, you know, elaborate, and it's really nice, and it's time consuming. So I can definitely, just from the small little, you know, project that I did on my Petite Noe, I can appreciate the time and the patience that went into this kind of detail. So anyway, I'll be talking to y'all real soon. Okay, bye!